The house on Ash Grove Hill is a real enigma. It doesn't seem to belong to anyone, even though the land records say otherwise. Seriously, if you look at the paperwork, it's got this rotating list of owners' names that don't pop up in any census errors that nobody seems to remember meeting, and signatures that look like they were written by someone who had a rough night. Yet, somehow, taxes are always paid, and the paperwork is always in order. It's like the house itself is playing some bureaucratic game, keeping everything just enough under the radar to stay unnoticed. From the road, it looks pretty normal, right? 3 stories tall, a gabled roof, and windows that seem to droop like tired eyes. The porch sags but never fully collapses, and weeds seem to cling to the foundation as if they're holding on for dear life. But if you get up close, it's a whole different story. People swear the dimensions feel off, like the windows don't quite match up with the rooms inside. Shadows stretch way too far, especially when the sun is blazing overhead. And oh, that smell! It's a mix of damp wood, iron, and something sweet and rotten lurking in the walls, like the house is hiding secrets that it doesn't want to share. The first real story anyone tells is from 1893, the Whittaker family. A couple and their 4 children, newly arrived from Boston, eager to start fresh. They moved in one spring morning, waving to neighbors as the wagons rolled up. By evening, smoke drifted from the chimney, candles glowed behind the windows, and laughter carried faintly into the night. The next morning, silence, the fire still warm, breakfast half-eaten, beds unmade as though someone had just rolled out. But the family was gone. No footprints leaving the house. No struggle, just absence. The sheriff at the time, a man named Calloway, insisted on searching every inch. He swore under oath that the rooms wouldn't stay still. Doors that led to the cellar would, moments later, open onto empty closets. A hallway seemed twice as long leaving as it was going in. Calloway lost his deputy in there, walked through one door, and never came out the other side. The sheriff bolted, locked the place, and never stepped foot in again. He drank himself dead within a year, mumbling about walls that breathe. Over the next few decades, the house became a total magnet for all sorts of guests, each leaving their mark in one way or another. Picture this. A drifter in 1911 who, after a night spent in the shadows of the house, left a haunting message scratched into the doorframe. Asterisk, don't let it close. Asterisk, can you imagine the chill that must have sent down his spine? Fast forward to 1935, and 3 college boys parked their car in the drive. It just sat there for weeks, gathering dust and stories, until the city finally towed it away, as if the house was saying, "Not today, boys." Then there were the newlyweds in 1950. 2 neighbors reported hearing music and the cheerful clinking of glasses well past midnight, even though the place was supposed to be empty. But by morning, just silence mixed with that sweet, burnt smell of sugar wafting from the kitchen window. What a mysterious vibe, right? It's like the house had its own little parties, inviting guests who never quite made it home. And then came the children. You know how kids are, always daring each other to do the wildest things. Teenagers dared each other to run up to the porch, knock, and wait. One summer night in '64, 3 brave kids from the neighborhood did just that. The door opened by itself, and 2 of them swore they saw a long hallway lined with mirrors stretching into blackness. The 3rd boy at a laughed, shoved past, and stepped inside. But then the door slammed shut behind him. The others screamed, yanked at the knob, but it wouldn't budge. When the sheriff arrived, the door opened easily, revealing nothing but dust and empty rooms, with no trace of Eddie anywhere. His parents, they left town within the year, probably haunted by what they could never understand. What really unsettled people wasn't just the vanishings, it was the way the house seemed to play asterisk with them. A man tossed a brick through the front window in the '70s, and it vanished mid-air, no glass shattered, as if it had been swallowed whole. A hunter passing by swore he heard voices through the walls, faint and desperate, overlapping one another, pleading, warning, calling his name, though he never gave it. It's as if the house itself was alive, whispering secrets and holding onto the souls of those who dared to enter. The boldest story is from 2007. A group of amateur ghost hunters calling themselves Phantom Seekers went in with camcorders, flashlights, and cheap EMF meters. Their recordings were found scattered in the grass weeks later. The first few minutes showed them laughing, mocking the legends as they crossed the porch. Then the camera cut to static before stabilizing inside, endless hallways, the beams of their flashlights cutting through dust. One by one, their voices faltered. Wait, this wasn't here before. Did we pass this door already? Panic edged in as the halls stretched, rooms rearranged. At the 30-minute mark, the footage captured something truly bizarre that left everyone scratching their heads. The walls began to ripple like water, and the wallpaper swelled as if something was desperately trying to break free from the other side. It was unsettling, to say the least. The last voice on the tape, barely a whisper, chillingly murmured, "It's not a house, it's a stomach." And then, just like that, static filled the air, leaving us all in stunned silence. What could that even mean? Neighbors won't go near Ash Grove Hill now, and honestly, who could blame them? The grass grows wild and untamed around it, but the house itself, it looks untouched. No decay, no rot, not a single broken window. It's almost like it's been lovingly cared for, you know? And every so often, someone swears they catch glimpses of shapes behind the curtain's faces that feel oddly familiar, mouthing silent words, like they're stuck in a world that's not quite real. It's chilling, isn't it? The worst part? Every 20 years or so, the house seems to call its victims, and it's downright eerie. Picture this. Lights flicker in the upstairs windows, almost like a ghostly invitation, while smoke curls lazily from the chimney, giving it that old-timey vibe. You can almost hear faint music playing, mixed with laughter that echoes across the lawn, creating a scene straight out of a horror movie. It always happens when the air feels thick, heavy with the promise of a storm, like nature itself is holding its breath. That's when people start to vanish without a trace, leaving loved ones wondering what happened. The hunger returns, creeping back into the shadows, ready to claim its next unsuspecting soul. I mean, it's chilling, right? What do you think makes this house so sinister? No one builds a house that way. No one owns it. The truth that everyone avoids is simpler. The house doesn't stand on Ash Grove Hill. The hill itself isn't the ground beneath your feet, it's a body, and the house. The house is its mouth.